So, you want to know who to play in Brawlout? There's a ton of fucking characters and they all play differently. So it can get kind of confusing if you're kind of new coming in. When I first started the game, I had no idea who I wanted to play. I kind of just picked based off who I thought looked cool. Early on, I played Ukulele because I had played the game before, so I just picked him out of comfortability. But I didn't know anything about the game, and when you first start the game, you're only going to have this top line of characters. Throughout playing them, you will unlock the bottom row of the cast. You unlock each of those characters through leveling up the base form of that archetype. Example would be, say you're playing Safira. I'm not sure the levels, but it's like 3 and 5, 3, 4, and 5. You unlock new forms. So through playing, you'll get Natura, Nightmare, and Stingra. Monkey, King of Pooh, you will get these other monkeys, so on and so forth. Some characters, they don't have that, like Drifter, Juan, Ukulele, and Dead Cells, they don't have that because they're like special appearance characters. They're from other games. So, and all of these, their different archetypes play similarly. There are a few that play much differently. Like Volt, Vandal, and Ripjack play completely differently than each other. Much different mechanics, different recoveries. Funkmaster has a different recovery. Each of them has something that is unique to them. They play usually around the same style, but some do not. Mako does not play anything like Paco does. However, some are basically the same, like Olaf Tyson, Acolytes, Dr. Tyson Stein, and Uga Tuga kind of play the same. They have a few subtle differences, like their speed and base damage are a bit different. And I think it's Dr. Tyson Stein has a slightly different recovery, but it's basically the same. Olaf's, they're going to be juggling you, so if you like to play characters with strong lateral game, then you'll want to play them. Safira is fast and has really strong multi-hit combos, so if you like a more fast-paced combo-based character, you might want to play those. However, Natura is a bit slower, still has that basic combo game. It's a bit slower but heavier, so if you like heavy characters with good combos, you might like that. Nightmare is, I think it's a bit lighter than Natura, but slightly heavier than the others. And it's a little less focused on projectiles and more so the movement and the actual combos. So if you don't really care about your projectile, then you might as well switch and play Nightmare. Stingra, it's basically just a jacked up version of the original. You're much lighter, but you kill a lot harder and you have smash attacks in the air. So if that sounds interesting to you, maybe you want to play that. The monkeys, very combo based characters. Most of them you're gonna hit like crazy combos. The neutral air is extremely strong. A little weak on the lateral recovery. You can usually get back, but it's a little bit harder with the monkeys. Except for Funkmaster's recovery is a bit better. So maybe if recovery is important for you, you might want to play him instead. Acolytes, or not Acolytes, Apocalypse also has the same recovery as Funkmaster, just without a hitbox. But is a lot slower and less emphasis on combos and more just stronger kill moves. Chief Feathers, they're also very, very strong combo characters with good, decent projectiles. I would say if you don't really care about the projectiles, but you want that speed and multiple jumps that you get with the birds, you should probably play Senator Feathers or Chief Feathers. Senator Feathers has some good projectiles, but it's not key to his gameplay. If you really just want to have those multiple jumps, you hit harder. Uh, you still have combos, but you kill harder. Condor X is the fastest and the lightest, with the most emphasis on combos. But you also have one of the best zoning tools in the entire game. Just overall the best character in the game. Just very strong in every single way. So you'll see a lot of people playing him at a higher level. But if you don't like light characters, but you still want those multiple jumps, you play one of these. Mako, very basic, grounded fighter character. Can do a lot of fighting, not a lot of special moves, not very many special attacks. So maybe if you don't really like to focus on B moves, then you'd want to play Mako. But his two alternatives that you unlock through playing him are much different. Gancho has one of the best projectiles in the entire game, some of the best zoning in the entire game. Much different character, much more focus on his B moves while still having that strong neutral of Mako. Just an overall extremely good character. So maybe if you like projectiles and just fun setup combos, you'd want to play him. Mako, much different. Even more so focus on the special moves. You're going to be siding a lot. I've made a full guide on him. I don't really need to talk about him too much, but you can check that out if you want to. Just very basic, very strong character, strong neutral. Pretty much everything that's good about these characters, toned down slightly with a little bit more emphasis on special moves. So if you like coasting type moves, like his side B, you might want to play him. Vault, very strong projectiles, very solid character archetype. His two variants play a lot differently than he does as well, so they'll need a little bit more explanation. But it's a generally pretty fast character with multiple projectiles and just really strong kill moves. Vandal is a bit faster, doesn't kill as easy, still kills really hard, but a bit faster, has more emphasis on camping and projectiles, so maybe you'll like that better. Personally, I do like him better than Volt, but that's just how I feel. Ripjack, my favorite of the three, is slower, although he's still extremely fast, kills harder, and his projectiles do overtime tick damage. A bit of like a gimmick specific to him and one other character. So if you like the sound of that, then you might want to play him. Drifter is a character that every new player picks up. Every single player when they first get the game picks up Drifter. I don't understand why. I guess it's because he looks really cool and he has a sword. But he's a very basic character with a strong emphasis on combos. Little linear recovery, so if you're trying to be a competitive player with this character, you're going to have to get used to that recovery. But overall, he's just a very good character, very solid. Play him for like 3 days, you'll start to understand how you want to play this character. There are guides on this character if you want to pick him up, which I will link. Juan, pretty strong character. It's got some combos, but he kind of struggles off stage. He has a few really strong kill moves, but he's overall kind of just a toned down version of Paka, where he has a lot of strong normals. He does have some specials, but they're not as important, I think, to his normals. Just a basic character. I don't really know too much about him compared to all the rest because I don't think he's that good personally. But if you want to play that, then no one's telling you not to. Ukulele, super strong character. Has a kind of weak projectile on the surface, but it does do shit. So you can't really count it out. Has the ability to take other players' projectiles and use them against them. a mechanic that's only given to Ukulele, which is pretty cool. A heavy emphasis on combos and crazy combo kills. Like this character, you can make this character look really cool. So if you like the highlight reel combo characters that finish off with these big kills, you might like this character. And finally, Dead Cells, just a very solid character. The only other character with tick damage in the game, I'm pretty sure, with his down B, he has fire, does tick damage. He has a basic arrow projectile, much like Link, if you've ever played Smash Brothers. And also, like Smash Brothers, he's the only character that can B-reverse his projectiles from what I have seen. He can cancel his momentum from whatever direction he is holding with his projectiles and switch it to the other way, which is really cool, feels really good to play. But basically, he has a strong emphasis on combos. Again, most of the characters in this game do, but he also kills extremely well. He has really strong aerials. You're going to be doing mostly aerials with this character, so if you like that, then you might want to play him. And that's basically every character in the game. And just to recap, Olaf's, a lot of lateral combos. If you like to juggle, play him. Safira, a lot of strong combos that end in kills. If you like combos and light characters, then you might like that. Also, obviously has heavier variants and lighter variants with more focuses on combos. And Apu, also very strong combos. More so into combos, a little bit harder to kill with this character in my experience. Although that could be my ignorance. Chief Feathers, very fast, multiple jumps, strong combos, and a little bit more emphasis on projectiles. Mako, strong normals, you're not going to be using special moves very much. If you like that, play him. It's pretty basic, very strong neutral about it. Very strong projectiles. More of a focus on the projectiles and setting up for your combos. Mako, very easy to win neutral. Very simple character. I have a whole guide, so I'm not really going to talk about that. Volt, very fast, very hard kill power. Just crazy good character with a much heavier emphasis on projectiles. You're going to be spamming projectiles with all of its variants, just in different forms. I think the least of that spammy projectile gameplay is going to be with Ripjack. So if that's important to you and you like a heavy character with tick damage, you might want to play that instead of the Volt or Vandal. Vandal being faster while killing not as quickly. Drifter, extreme emphasis on combos, very new player friendly. If you're going to pick up a character just to learn the game's mechanics, it might as well be Drifter, in my opinion. Either Drifter or Chief Feathers, I think, are very friendly to new players. Juan, kind of the same old story with Paco, where it's a lot of emphasis on your normals. You're going to be using your specials, but not nearly as much as other characters. Not very important. I don't know too much about them. Ukulele can take other people's projectiles. Crazy strong combo game. Kills with his combos relatively quickly. Although, if you aren't finding the kill in your combo, it can be difficult to find the kills at higher percents. So just be sure to look out for that if you are going to pick this character up. And Dead Cells, a very strong all-around character. Some very specific mechanics only to him, like B reversing, and he's one of the only 2 characters in the game with tick damage in his projectiles. But other than that, he's very strong. Up tilts, lateral combos, very strong aerials, just a very good all-around character. So yeah, that's every character in Brawlout. Hopefully that will help you find who you want to pick. Yeah.